How about now?
You good?
I'm good?
Gucci.
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, no, bro. I want to talk about everything. Like literally, I think like you haven't told your full story in an interview, and I just want to really like break down your journey from literally, from a baby to your present day today. So, I just want to break it down for everyone. And I know a lot of people know, but more people need to know, I feel.
Right.
But first of all, how have you been in quarantine? Bro, it's it's over a year now, so we made it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, exactly. I've been good, man. I've been blessed and fortunate enough to keep working through quarantine. I just feel like although it has been bad in some ways because, live performances and meeting with people,
Hmm.
I feel like it's kind of a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, no, definitely.
For example, I was able to just come record with me and my boy Sham. We still worked through it. We still got a lot done, surprisingly. We probably would have done more without
Yeah.
quarantine, but we did what we could and we utilized, all the resources that God gave us, man.
Yeah, definitely. Like, did you think when it first, like the whole thing about, the world shutting down, did you think it was going to be as bad as it was? Or did you think like, because I thought it was going to be like a couple weeks or maybe a month, and
Right.
then the summer we were about to pop off.
I was on the same time, and then actually the funny thing is, I had just gotten started on my I started SYP, which is my like
Uh-huh.
my own record company and my own label, whatever. And I had just got everything started. Me and Sham, we got the paperwork ready, and we had the calendar set out, and then COVID comes, boom,
Dang.
slaps us right in the face.
Dang.
Yeah, man,
Well, like you said, it's a blessing in disguise in a way, but well, we all definitely learned a lot this year. That's for one thing.
definitely, man.
But, I want to talk about, growing up. I knew you grew up in East LA, which is, I'm jealous of you because you grew up in LA. Like,
Yeah, man.
that's a place you want to be, especially in this industry. It is, I mean, yeah, it's the spot. So, growing up, what was it like for you? Like, did you always know you wanted to be in the industry? How, like, when did you first kind of know you like could sing and wanted to be a part of this?
Right. Man. So I'll start with growing up around Los Angeles, I guess. The funny thing is, I grew up in East Los till I was about 4 or 5. Then
Okay.
my parents had split up. So then one of my parents moved to Whittier. My dad always stayed in East LA. That's where he,
Okay.
he still lives there now. But my mom moved out to me and my mom and my sis. We moved out to Whittier. I don't know if you're not from LA, so you're not really gonna get what I'm saying. But I'll just
No,
name them all:
I've heard the places because I lived there
Whittier,
for a year, so I
and then we
heard a
moved
lot of the.
around to West Covina. Then we moved back to LA. Then we moved all the way to Pomona. And then we
Oh,
moved
okay.
all the way to Ontario. Yeah, so it's like kind of from San Bernardino area to Inland Empire, and then to LA County is where I was always going around back and forth. West
Dope, dope,
Covina too, especially.
dope. So then, like, what age did you know that you were kind of like, okay, I could actually sing, and what was it for you that kind of, because you got to hit like a lot of people could still sing. It doesn't mean they want to pursue it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like, what was it for you?
I feel like my grandpa was a singer, bro. My grandpa was
Hmm.
a amazing musician, can play like every instrument possible. My dad was singing R&B. So
Oh,
I
sick.
kind of grew up with these amazing talents and these amazing figures in my life. So I kind of knew I could sing. Like they used to make me sing as well as family at family parties. I kind of liked it and I kind of didn't. I played sports before.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of just gave up sports. I gave up sports around junior year. I started singing at school, and once I sang at school, I got the reaction from all the people, the teachers, everybody, and I was like, "Oh man, this is something." So, that's when I talked to my mom because my mom was always pushing me and pursuing me to do school and sports. And I
Hmm.
talked to her and I just told her that music is what I want to do and I wanted to take singing seriously. And from
Dope.
there, I started working with my dad because remember I told you my dad was in the industry
Hmm.
back in like the 2000s. So he was managing me. He took me to a few producers that he knew. I was about 15, and I think from 15 to 16 is when I kind of like started my career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you began your, like you said, you began your career at that age. So, did you always wanna, because you signed up for, you auditioned for boy band,
Right.
and so were you nervous to be in a boy band? Because like you said, you're already starting your career as a solo artist. So what was like that thought process for you? Because I know it's a lot of personalities, and it's not like you know these people. You're meeting these people from around the country, in
Right.
one place.
I didn't I didn't expect boy band to even be part of like my plan at all, to be honest.
Okay.
At that point I had no idea what I really wanted to do as far as like what direction I was going in as a solo artist.
Hmm.
I knew what I wanted to hear, and I knew what I wanted to sound like, but as far as like at that time I didn't really have a social media presence either. So when boy band came around, I saw it as an opportunity to build a platform and to build, to get on this stage and, be able to create this new persona that a part of me.
Hmm. Dope. And what did you learn from that experience? Because I mean, I felt like y'all were run thin. Like y'all were doing a lot in a short amount of time. I mean, but you said the energy because you're young, and you know what I'm saying? Like that age, I feel like you could do a lot. But what did you learn from yourself and just like from the business? Because that was hardcore, all the big dogs in there, and you know,
It was legit, man.
yeah,
I would say that's the first time that I got a taste of what real business is like and what
yeah,
the real industry is like. Um, man, that was an eye opener for sure.
yeah,
Definitely, definitely.
yeah. And what like I'm jealous of you because the honor you got to perform with Timbaland, Rita Ora, Emma Bunton from the Spice Girls, and the Backstreet Boys all on one stage together. Like, how did that feel? Because, that performance was probably one of the dopest, I feel like, major primetime performances we've had in a long time. But what was that like and just like preparing for that? Because that's crazy. I mean, yeah.
It is, man. To think back and reflect on it, it almost feels like it was like a dream.
Yeah.
But I would say it was a lot of pressure, man. It was a lot of pressure having to be so young at 17 years old and kind of have this dream of singing, and then giving the opportunity to be on TV in front of millions of people. It was a lot of pressure, and I think I'm really proud of myself for the way I handled that situation, and for me not really knowing too much about the game at that point. Um, I feel like it went the way it was supposed to go.
Yeah. No, definitely. Everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I want to ask you too, like, what did you learn? Like, did you, because I know TV, it's so, produced and planned and stuff, but did you actually get to meet, like, and talk to the judges a lot or the host, like, to give you advice and just kind of guide you a little?
Definitely, definitely. I think when the cameras were off and we were like in between shooting like B-roll, whatever you call it,
Yeah.
we were able to, like I remember talking to Timbaland a lot and just chopping it up with him, and him giving me game on what I could improve. Or he's like, yo man, he's like, you're dope. He said, just don't hold back. I'll never forget he told me
Hmm.
that. And he's like, just don't hold back, bro. And there was little moments like that, even with Nick Carter that I got to talk to. Um, and he gave me some game as well. So I was definitely able. I used to talk to Rita Ora too, like in
Yeah.
between. It's not like crazy conversations, but small
Yeah.
talk. I try to start a conversation. No, I'm playing.
It's a good conversation to start. It's a good
Yeah,
conversation
I
to
mean
start.
all of the boys, all of us, we would always mess around.
Yeah.
But
It's,
yeah, we definitely got the opportunity to talk to them.
it's awesome to know because I feel like sometimes, judges or, the big dogs, you don't really, literally it's for camera time and then off camera, that's it. You don't see them. So it's awesome to
Right.
know you actually got to like talk to them and get advice and kind of mentor you, such, like you said, such at a young age.
Right.
But, you know, boy band ended. And then how did you even, like, did you know right away you and Fourth Ave wanted to form? Like, how did that all come about then? Because you got started pretty quick right after.
Right. I think there was about a 2 month gap after the show ended,
Hmm.
and it was kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
I was really torn on whether I should continue to pursue my solo career or, get behind the boy band that Timbaland was about to, Timbaland was the whole reason why I was fascinated with the idea of even being in a boy band. Cause I knew I always was a solo artist, like my pops was a solo artist and I knew where I had to be and what I had to do. But at that given moment, it was a great opportunity and it presented itself kind of naturally. So
Hmm.
I didn't really fight it too much.
Yeah. And
So yeah,
what was,
there was about a
no,
2 month period where it was up in the air. So we neither of us, like one of the boys, like we weren't sure what we were gonna do.
okay. Yeah. And I mean, you all did it quick. I mean, you were touring. Like,
Yeah,
I
man.
remember hearing about y'all, like, y'all dropped a couple singles, and you dropped the EP, and then you were touring, touring, touring. Like, what was that experience like? Because you all toured a lot. Like, you just didn't tour a couple cities, you toured the whole country. So, what was that experience like?
Um, like I said, man, for being so young, 18, 19, I'm 21 right now. I'm still young, but
Yeah.
I'm reflecting on myself. I, I think it was for what it was great, man. I don't take none of it back. We did tour all of United States, basically. We probably missed about a few cities. We
Hmm.
went to Europe as well. So that experience itself was just, I feel like, in preparation for where I'm at now.
Yeah.
I'm able to take those experiences, especially the memories that I have with them, on
Hmm.
stage and off the stage. I feel like it's all part of God's plan, man. And I was supposed to go through that, and me and the boys were supposed to go through that, so that way we take that with us. And it's like next time, maybe when I do a tour in a year or so, it's gonna give me nostalgic memories because I've done it before, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was a great experience. I wouldn't take any of it back.
Dope, dope. And like, what was that turning point then? Like you said, you didn't really know about a group, but you did it. And what was that time where you were like, yo, I just wanna, I want to do my own thing because, that was your main goal in the beginning. But like you said, yeah, you went through those obstacles and you went through being in a band and you learned a lot. Like you said, you don't take it back or nothing. But what was that turning point where you were like, hey, I really want to focus on myself and get myself out there as a solo artist?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Um, I'm just gonna be honest. Like I always had this chirp on my shoulder, chirp on my shoulder, and I always knew I had a certain vision for myself, and I don't think it ever left, even when I was
Hmm.
on boy band. Even before boy band, and I think there just came a point where it was eating me up inside to hold these feelings back. And as a young man, I wanted to express how I felt towards them. Not even towards them, but express how I felt towards where the group is going. And I think it was just one point where I had to talk. I had to talk with all of them, our manager at the time, and the boys, and we sat down. I remember we sat down at a table,
Hmm.
and it was kind of this sad type of energy that was going out, but it felt like a weighted vest just got taken off of me.
Yeah.
And we just had a conversation and a very open heart conversation. And from there, we knew. And then I did one more tour with them out of love and out of just because I wanted to be with them for a certain amount of time before I don't want to just like stop.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, they were like family to me, man. At one point, we was all living
Yeah.
together. We used to stay at my house, at my mom's house, my poor mom, you know. Um, and it was this really strong bond, bro. And it was nothing wrong with like the people involved in it. It was just as far as like the direction and the vision that I had for myself. I had to be honest with myself and them. So yeah, we
Yeah.
were together for about 2 years though.
Yeah. I'm saying, and the awesome thing about it is, like you said, you got to be on one of the a primetime show that was, like you said, the big dogs, that you got to learn everything really quick. Like you said,
Right.
you learned a lot from your dad, you learned a lot from boy band, and then you actually were in a band and toured, you said, the world. Like it really kind of, I feel like some artists come out today and they haven't experienced anything yet, so they don't know. And
Right.
like you said, you're solo now and you've experienced a little bit of everything to kind of like show you the ropes and kind of get you. Because tour life, I heard, is a beast. I don't know how you all do it. I don't know if
Yeah.
I could do it.
It's it's amazing, man. The first tour we did, our manager got us a big ass tour bus, a
Uh-huh.
huge tour bus, and I think he didn't have to do that, but he did that, and we you know, even though we was selling out like 50 cap rooms to 100 cap rooms, we still had that tour bus, and that was like the first time. That was when I knew it was real, man. I knew that tour
Yeah.
life was real. You know, I actually would wake up and I didn't really know, like every city that we would go to, I wouldn't know where we're at when we wake up. You know, they say that that happens. So for me to experience that was really amazing. Some fun memories with them on the bus.
Yeah. And what else I want to tell you, like your fans still to this day, like they go hard. Like girls are traveling literally like 10, 15,
Oh
20,
yeah,
the
bro. My
whole
keys
tour.
don't play around, man. My keys do
Yeah.
not play around. Don't mess with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they go hard for you. Like they literally, if they could go to every city, some of them do. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, man.
how what?
I just had a show last week, and I had one of my like true supporters come out all the way from um, the East Coast, man.
It's crazy,
And a
especially
short notice, like I promoted it for like 2 days or 3 days because I was just doing it. It was a family event, and
Mhm.
you know I was going to show love to my fam. And she pulled up Taylor, man. Shout out Taylor. And I've
That's
had
crazy.
the first show that I did in December. I believe it was Anna. Anna came all the way from Arizona, bro. She drove with her parents to see me,
That's
you know.
insane.
So
Yeah, you got the main
I'm
thing. You got the
extremely
fan
grateful.
base.
I'm extremely grateful.
Yeah, like, so then, going solo, were you like, was it hard for you to kind of find, I guess, your image and sound because, you're yourself now, you don't have anyone else to back you up, you're back on your own. How was it just kind of, getting your feet in the water, I guess you would say, just starting your own solo career?
I would say being on my own, like being solo artist, definitely helped kind of identify who I am and like the color of my skin. And especially, I feel like we're in a very important time where people of color, people of any color, need to know who
Hmm.
they are, know their history. And I feel like I've always known my roots and I've always known like, you know, where I come from and stuff. But me being solo kind of just opened my eyes with that, man. And I became aware of how I should be sounding, or you know, like where the whole, like even this aesthetic, you know what I'm saying, the
Yeah.
look of being a Chicano is like what I'm trying to portray, man. And you know, I don't want to grow up and have a new generation where, you know, people of my skin or any skin don't know who they are and where their people come from. So I just want to keep that alive as well, man. And I want to inform and I want to be a part of my community and be able to give back.
No, definitely. Yeah, that's
And
super
I
dope.
don't think I would have found it as quickly as if I was still in the group, or you know, if I wasn't a solo
Yeah.
artist and have to dig deep.
Yeah. And what was it like for you, your first official single, On My Chest, you dropped the album artwork, the cover, you dropped the video, you know what I'm saying? The song was super dope. I love it. It was like R&B mixed with pop. It was like a good mesh. Like, what did it feel like just having your first like official, body of workout? You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
you had everything out. You had the video, the single followed by the video. What was that like for you? Just, you said you're
It
still young and
was,
doing it.
man, it still holds a very close place in my heart. I'm very tough on myself, you know, as far as
Yeah.
being a perfectionist with like instruments and sounds and all that. So during the time of On My Chest, I was going through something like, you know, with a girl, and I had just left the group, and I kind of was in a vulnerable state of mind. So I kind of use that as fuel to put that energy in, put that type of feeling into the song. And then we
Hmm.
came up with On My Chest. And, you know, I was fresh. I was like a baby out in the sea, you know, I had just left the group. So I put it together, man. And I remember the night we did On My Chest, I didn't have the actual MP3 file because it wasn't mixed or anything. So
Hmm.
I had a voice memo off my phone and I just kept playing it over and over till I fell asleep. I'm like, oh man, you know, this is me. You know, the song started from, I had some chords on the guitar. I
Hmm.
linked up with my boys, the Hip Bangers, and we got right to it, man. I started playing the chords and I had this idea. I told them, and we started penning that, man. And you know, On My Chest came out to be what it was. We put that out in November,
Yeah.
and then December followed up with my first show, and then I put the video out in February of 2019.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. Like, what did that first show feel like too? Because that had to
Oh man.
be like, I can't imagine what you're feeling inside. Like, yeah, you're nervous to go on stage. I mean, you're nervous just, because I feel like nerves are good. Feel when anyone goes on stage, but just knowing it's your first show, like it's something that will never, you'll never forget. It's something that'll stay with you to till you retire.
It was definitely nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's never gonna change, man. Even when I did the show last week,
Hmm.
it was, I was still nervous.
Yeah.
For my first show, though, being on stage without the boys was kind of like a whole new experience. I'm like, damn, this is
Yeah.
how it really feels, huh? It was kind of, it took some time to get used to, like the first 5 minutes, I was like still a little bit shaky. And
Yeah.
then, like a couple minutes after that, the beast comes out and I start going crazy. And this energy that just comes in me. And, I wanted to
Yeah.
put on a good show, especially I had some good people out there supporting me. So definitely nerve-wracking though, man.
Yeah. I could imagine. Like, and then, doing, like you said, you released the video then right after.
Yeah.
How was that whole process like? And, it wasn't just, because videos today, a lot of people, you could do a video really quick, but you did a full on music video. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was it like? How did it feel? Was it everything you expected, I guess? Because I feel like a lot of artists, their first video, you don't know what you're gonna expect. What was the feeling?
Definitely a check off the book, man. I always wanted to do a video, like an official music video.
Hmm.
And I'm really proud of myself again, man, because I kind of orchestrated that. I found the videographer. He's a young kid that was from my area, and I seen that he was hungry, ready to work, and we made it happen. I got the Airbnb together, I got the car together, I got the girl together, and the actress, and we just did it, man. And it was honestly, I could say after that, I had this type of like hunger for it now, because I'm like,
Yeah,
damn, I did it once. My team showed up and we put it together. I just wanted to keep going at that point, man. And I haven't stopped. I'm releasing birthday song tomorrow.
yeah,
It ain't a full music video, but it's definitely dope to put out music and have a visual to that and be able to see it come to life.
yeah, definitely. And one thing I really like about you that you've been doing, that I appreciate you as an artist, as like a new artist too, the merch.
Right.
Super dope merch. Like my favorite merch of yours is the hoodie you did, the black hoodie with the
Oh man.
MKY. What was it, like red, yellow, and that
Yeah,
was just like a
man.
super dope look. Like
I
how,
appreciate that.
yeah, how important was it to you, and how did you come up with the ideas and just like different looks and stuff?
I can't even front, man. I'm not even gonna lie. My dad helped me come up with that, bro. My dad's an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like he sings,
Hmm.
tattoos, haircuts. So I had just sat down with him one night and I'm like, yo, Pops, like help me out with creating that look, that image, and let's start this brand. I was hungry and I wanted to put some merch out for the people who were supporting me. By the way, that was the only time I've dropped. I haven't dropped anything since. I've been working on something.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
want to come out with it till it's perfected.
Yeah, that's what I like about you. Like you're not just because so many artists I feel, yeah, they have merch, but it's so like generic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so typical. I guess that's not typical. It was a super dope design. It was almost kind of like I feel like some artists put so much of themselves on it. It's like I don't want to wear it, but that
Right,
is
right,
almost like something you could wear, and it's like
right.
art, but it's still representing yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, bro. And it's funny that you said that because I actually had that idea of like putting my face on one of the tees, and my dad's like, nah.
No,
He's like, nah. He's like, nobody's really trying to wear your face on a tee like that. But like messing around. But then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, yo, you're right. It would be more universal if we just throw the logo on it
hmm.
because somebody who doesn't know me just sees the font MKY and the big bright red and gold.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't even think that they're talking about me or a guy.
Exactly. Like, yeah, obviously you put the, your face, all the girls go crazy and they'll buy that for sure. But that one, like you said, it was just universal. Kind of, yeah, it was just a super dope design. Like, props on you and your dad for coming up with that because that was a good look. Like, huge props.
Thank you,
But
brother.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. But uh, quarantine has been so weird, and how has the whole process of recording, like you said, you're still working on your music and You have a lot coming out there. How has it been just recording in this quarantine for you? What are the pros and cons, I guess you would say?
Um, Honestly, there's really no cons to it, man. There's the only con it would be is recording all this fire music and not being able to do shows. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, the recording process is amazing, man. I've been fortunate enough to work with some great writers and some great producers, and I've been fortunate enough for God to be able to, you know,
Yeah.
give me the type of boost and the type of energy to go out and like start an idea, or like whether if it's because usually the process is like something happens to me, or like I get this type of feeling, right, and then I like
Hmm.
want to portray it into my music. So I'll grab the guitar and I'll start playing a couple chords, and then a melody will come, and then I'll voice memo it, and then I'll usually send it to my boy Sham. And if it's solid and I hear it the next day and I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy, we usually go in and we try to just dissect it and
Hmm.
make it come to life.
Yeah, but that was my next question. I want to ask you, like, your process. Is it always kind of like the same flow, or is it kind of just spontaneous sometimes where a melody will come first and then, you'll lay the instruments down? How is it for you?
Um, I would say working in the studio and working at my home studio is
Hmm.
I have a different type of dynamic. Um, like when I'm at my home studio, which is usually where I record at most if I'm not here at my boy Sham studio.
Hmm.
I usually start with the instrument, like the guitar, or I'll lay some
Okay.
keys down, and then I'll feel I'll see where I need a sound and where I need to be like, and then I'll start laying down melodies. Or if I'm with my boy Sham, then he would want to hear some ideas that I have, and then we start from there, and he builds a whole
Hmm.
new project off of this idea that I had. Like maybe what I was probably singing in the shower and voice memoed it, and
Yeah.
then it ends up turning into a full song.
Oh,
Crazy.
yeah. I want to ask you too, like, how many songs have you recorded? How many? Not even full songs.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you were saying, you just have ideas. Like in total, how many would you think you have kind of put together, even if it's like an interlude, I guess, because
Are
sometimes
you
interludes are songs.
are you talking about like the songs that I've recorded like with my voice on it? Period.
Yeah, like anything, like just because quarantine, like you said, you had so much time to really, focus in on the music and get it right. Have
Right.
you just been, I guess, put it like this more like, are you the type of person when recording music? I know some people are so hard on themselves, like they'll keep on recording the same song to make it perfect. Or are you like, okay, three takes, okay, let's get on to the next one. Like, how
Oh
many?
man,
Yeah.
no, it's I'm like right in the middle of that
Okay.
because I always listen back to my stuff, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, you could do that way better. Or I can come up with a way better riff than that. Or, I could always challenge myself, and like low key, I could always do better than what I did. But that's why it's important to have people who aren't you or aren't as like a perfectionist as you, because they're like, yo, like it sounds great. Like it doesn't even need to be touched. Some records don't even need to be touched. Like we might cut them one day, and they might need to be worked on the next day when we come back, or we
Hmm.
might have just struck gold and we're straight. We hear it the next day, and it's like, oh man, I don't see nothing else that I would need to change.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would say I have like about like 100 to 150 songs, bro,
Whew.
right now.
So, like you said, 100 to 150. Would you say, for whatever project you want to release, will they be from those amount of song out of all those songs? Or are you still working? And
Oh man, I feel like as a musician or as an artist, you can never have too much music, because that's kind of
yeah,
your job. So definitely, man, if I were to put out a project right now, I got 6 to 8 songs that I know for sure would that I could piece together.
yeah, that's dope. That's awesome to know. Yeah, but so, you know, it's uh, it's almost, it's looking like we're gonna have possibly a good summer. You know what I'm saying? Like
Man.
it,
This
it's
next song I'm
looking.
about to release, bro.
Yeah. What's the
Yeah.
vibes on it? Would you say?
Um, I don't even know how to explain it. It has guitar in it.
Okay.
It's it's in Span. It's a Spanglish joint. So it's
Okay.
like I'm coming in with Spanish, then I'll come out of it with some English.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, man, like that's kind of my driving point right now. Is I really wanna. We have it's not. I don't want to give nobody dates yet or give any false
Hmm.
accusations, but definitely it's looking like sometime in June.
Okay, in June. Okay, that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, no. I'm still gonna release stuff till then, but that one single, that one that I'm talking about, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. But I'm thinking in June. Yeah.
Okay. And so, like, ideally for you, what do you picture for? Because, it's such a different world in music today. Everything is a EP today, but then we still
Right.
have LPs. But then it's also like the singles world now, where people just drop, you know, single after single, every 3 to 5 months. Um, in your world, what do you want to do, I guess, would you say, for this year?
Kind of what I'm doing right now, man. Just like a single a month, you know,
Okay.
giving my supporters something every month. Excuse me. That
Yeah.
way they're able to have something, live with it for a bit, and then boom, I drop something else for them, and then they have a new project to listen to, or a new visual to see.
Hmm.
Um, I definitely would love to drop a body of work, though. I feel like it makes the whole the whole process of like having more music and having more people listen to your music, like.
Yeah.
But it's scary though, man, because you could put so much energy into a project, or EP is what you call it, and it might not do as good as opposed to you releasing those 5 songs every other
Hmm.
month.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
such a different ball game. Yeah, it's true because you don't
yeah,
you don't know how. Yeah, you just don't know.
right.
Yeah, but what's on your bucket list? Would you say like what are some things like you're like yo this and it could be anything. It could be professionally or personal. What's on your bucket list? Like yo,
As far as
21.
what?
Just things you want to do. Like I said, either professionally or personal. Just stuff that you're like yo, this is needs to be checked off.
Okay. Um, I think professionally, I just by the end of this year, man, I want to have like fire ass music out, and I want to have some really good visuals.
Okay.
And I already, we're already working in the process of that. So I would say that's already about to come true. Personally, I would want to be more. I want to do more, man. Like I want to do more. I feel like I don't want to take no vacations or anything. Like I just want to focus on my craft and focus on this music shit, man, and just
Yeah.
really, really do the most, man. I don't want to go back 5 years from now or 10 years from now and be like, man, if I would have just put a little bit more time into this, then I
Hmm.
just want to grind it out, bro. So for me personally, it's just putting in more work, like breathing, eating, sleeping, like this music shit, man.
Yeah. And what do you think of the whole? Because today, it's like you were saying, you could you could be independent and make it. It's so crazy from 10 years ago. You couldn't do that. It was
Right.
all you had to be signed and get distribution through the label and all that stuff. If a opportunity came of a not no 360 deal because a lot of them are out there and
Right.
yeah, they're the worst thing ever. But if it was a dope deal that you were like, it's not bad. Like, would you sign or do a partnership with? Is that something you ever thought about, or you're just like, no, I want to stick independent?
Hey, man, you're blowing our cover.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you, man. Um, I mean, yeah, man. I feel like you'd be crazy to not to turn down an opportunity that benefits both parties.
Yeah.
Um, I started SYP with my boy Sham, so I really want to stay as independent as much as we can. But at the end of the day, like a great partnership is a great partnership, man. And
Hmm.
you know, six brains is better than two brains together. So it's like
Yeah.
if it makes sense, bro, then 100%, I'm definitely looking up to partner.
Yeah, definitely. And like if the world does open up, do you want to tour this year too?
Oh, absolutely. But I got to put out the the content first, man. I got to put out like the music out. I don't want
Yeah.
to just go on tour and sing the song that I put out 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, I could just imagine what your VIP packages are going to be because like I said, they go like I'd just be watching your stuff and Like the
Oh
stuff you're
man,
tagged in, I'm like, damn,
thank
they
you,
just
bro.
go hard. Like they
I
don't.
don't wanna, I don't wanna go, I don't wanna do nothing too overpriced or too, because I feel like that's the least that I can do. If they already give me attention and they give me, their ears to listen to me pouring my heart out in a song. So I feel like, yeah, all artists go crazy on that part, but I definitely would just love to tap in with them again, bro, and just, like as any way I can make it as easy as for like one true supporter to come out and meet me. I don't want to beat their head with like
Yeah,
$200 or for like a quick picture or some shit.
yeah,
But I'm excited, man, and I hope that I'm able to go on tour and do some VIPs pretty soon.
yeah. No, I'm sure you will. Yeah, I'm sure something will be planned. Like I said, I think after this, maybe after May, I feel like there'll be a lot popping off in the world. Hopefully,
Right.
you know
Yeah, I
what
feel
I'm
that way too.
saying? Yeah, I'm
Keep good faith.
hopeful. Exactly, keeping the faith. You know what I'm saying? But two more questions, then we'll wrap it up. I don't want to take all your time. I know
No
you're
worries,
busy.
brother.
Yeah, today it's such a big world of collaborations. Who would you want to collaborate with? Not necessarily even feature wise. I'm just talking about like production wise, songwriting wise. Who would you love to work with that's, someone that you just looked up to, would you say?
Man. So right now I got a few.
Okay.
I would definitely want to link up with Bruno right now, bro. I feel like Bruno's about to kill the
Yes.
game. And he's killing everybody, bro.
Woo.
I'm
Yeah.
glad. Let me tell you something, man. I'm happy that he dropped that joint with Anderson .Paak. Cause no
Yes.
offense to all the other shit that's out right now, but like it's time to get back to that real, that real like
Yes. It was needed.
real music, real instruments, real sounds,
Mm-hmm.
real talent. Um, and this is no diss to nobody else, but man, Bruno's killing the game. So I would definitely want to get in the room and pick his brain a bit. Come with
Yeah.
the chords, maybe he hops on the keys or some shit, and I do my thing, and he gives it that sauce, and he gives it that
Yeah.
touch.
Yeah. Bruno.
And definitely another artist would be Breezy, man. I want to get on with Breezy, bro. Chris Brown.
I could see that. I could see
And
that.
I don't even want to do nothing. Give us something simple. Give us a dope beat, and I just want to go back and forth with him vocally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to hear that and be like, oh, they both singing together. Like they singing. You know. And then I'll give you a couple more real quick. One of my
Okay.
favorite artists, Luis Miguel, which is like a
Yes.
Spanish singer. I would love to
Mm-hmm.
even if I had to sing one of his songs with him, bro, that'd be like a dream come true. So I would love to collab with Luis Me. And then one more. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Well, no, I'm gonna ask you this: who would be your dream duet, female-wise? Kind of like that "My Boo" by Usher and Alicia Keys, like that
Right.
type of. Who would be your ideal female, duet star?
I've never even really thought about that, man. Can I give you two?
Yeah, options.
I would say the first one's definitely got to be Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay.
But I'm kind of intimidated, bro, because she's a beast. But
Yeah,
just for me to even say the privilege, like yo, like like check out my new single, I got it with Jasmine Sullivan.
yeah.
If you know, you know type. And then I would say, who's like one of the hottest vocalists right now? Probably Ariana, right?
Yeah, I would say Ariana's like the hottest. That's really killing the game. Yeah.
Say Ariana Grande. She
Yeah,
could
I would say
sing. I would love
Ari or
to.
Demi. That's about the two main ones I think of.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Definitely that. So yeah, I'll say Jasmine and Ariana.
Okay. Dope, dope. We know, last question. This year, like you said, you have a lot coming up. Um, what is one of your, I guess, best? I don't want to say best because I know you have a lot of best. What's one of the craziest fan experiences that you got maybe a little nervous, would you say,
Fan experiences?
that got you a little nervous? You were kind of like, whoa, this is kind of crazy.
Man, I don't know, bro. I can't really say. I haven't really had that crazy, crazy, crazy fan type of encounter. I've had some pretty funny things that I probably shouldn't say, but um, nothing too crazy, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure they're coming still. You know what I'm saying? The more and more you get out there, next interview, you know, a year later when you do another interview, I'm gonna, you know, hear the crazy
Yeah,
fan
maybe you ask this
experience,
question like 3 years down the line, and then we
right?
can answer it.
But you know, to close up, tell all your fans. I know you said new single. What else is planned for the rest of the year for yourself? Would you say, and almost what's planned for 2022? Because it seems like we have to plan for like 2 years now in this new
Right.
world we're in.
Yeah, man. Just to my supporters that are here right now, be on the lookout. June, a very big single is coming. I probably release like maybe 2 more songs before then, but just be on the lookout and be ready for that around that time period because it's about to get
And
real. It's about to get real, real, real. Um, in 2022, all I know is we doing some shows. You know, we putting out more projects, probably an album by then.
okay.
Yeah, for sure. Um, I don't know, man. Let's just see what this year looks like, and you know, I feel like that's gonna be the answer to going into next year.
Okay. Well, no, one last thing I want to ask you though, I just kind of popped in my mind. Would you, you know, you're so focused on music, would you ever want to branch off to anything else? Because, you know, today we have platforms like, I'm not saying all of these are right or the best for you, but sometimes, you know, it's a great platform like reality TV, even acting. Would you ever want to do something like for, you know, just to try it out? Like, have you ever thought about it?
Definitely, man. I think as a young man, you know, I'm becoming a young businessman, so
Hmm.
I just want to be all about my business, bro. You know, anything
Yeah.
anything that I can come and you know, make better or, you know, add value to something, I think that's really important. So definitely, bro, if the time comes and I need to do like my own movie or star in something or, you know, even branch off to modeling or even branch off to short films, acting, like I'm
Hmm.
down, man. It's just any creative process I'm really excited about. You know, I just love
Okay.
being around that environment.
Oh, that's dope to know. Okay, too. Well, no, you know, I just want to wish you all the best of luck, bro. I can't wait to see the
Thank
new
you, man.
material, the new visuals, the new, you know, music. Can't wait to meet you in the future. Definitely gotta
I
come in LA. I'm gonna hit you up. You in Chicago. Let me
oh,
know. I'll take you anywhere you need in Chicago. I know all the
let's get it.
spots. Yeah, but
Yo, that you guys got the best pizza I ever had. What is it? Giordano?
Giordano's or Gino's East. Yep,
Yeah.
Giordano's. Yep, the deep dish. Yeah, yes.
Woo!
Good
Let me
old
tell you, man,
Giordano's.
I can still taste it.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you, how many times were you here?
What's up?
How many times were you in Chicago? Quite a couple
I think
times,
I was
right?
there twice or 3 times.
Okay.
Two to
Yeah.
three times.
Yeah. Well, no, definitely let me know if I'll probably be out in LA before you're in Chicago, to be honest, because I'm sure LA is about to pop open in a minute, and I'm going to be out there like I was all the time before this whole quarantine. But you know, be
As soon as you get
safe.
down here, bro, let's tap in and let's do a full on interview,
Yeah,
man.
for
Let's get
sure.
it.
Yeah, I want to I miss the normal, you know what I'm saying, in person
Yeah, yeah.
interaction. This is just weird. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird.
Hey, man. You know we
Yeah.
got to get in where we fit in.
Exactly, right? But bro, be safe. You know, yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Appreciate you.
Of course, man. SYP to all my supporters out here. And you know what SYP means, bro? Say your prayers.
I need to say no more.
Yeah, man. You know we all need to. So, you know, we can start that now. You know, every time I leave, you know, we just hit me. If I hit you with that SYP, you gotta hit me back with that SYP, bro.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
SYP.
SYP. Thank you to all my supporters. Everybody who tuned in, though, I appreciate you guys. And he's a great interview. I actually had a really fun time, bro. You asked some really nice questions, so thank you for that.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. You know, want to get your story out there. You know what I'm saying? And nothing crazy, nothing. You know, I don't like that stuff. I'm all about your artistry and just, you know, getting to know you as a person.
No doubt, man. Let's
Yeah,
get it, bro.
but
I already know we about to do business more.
yeah, for sure, for sure. You know, keep in contact, and I'll talk soon, bro.
All right, bro. You take
Okay,
care.
peace. You too.
SYP.